Hi guys, welcome to Greatest Movie Moments. This is a new segment that I'm doing that we discuss the greatest movie moments in our favourite movies. As you know, there's a lot of great moments in all our favourite movies, so I'm going to cut it down to 5 moments in all the movies that I'm going to do in this segment. We're going to start off greatest movie moments with one of my personal favourites, The Faculty from 1998. It's a sci-fi horror movie directed by Robert Rodriguez, and it's one of those movies that came out around about the time of Scream, and I know he did last summer, and Halloween H2O, so it's got that slasher vibe to it. For those of you who have seen The Faculty, you'll know that there's a lot of great moments in this movie, so it was hard to cut it down to just 5. And at number 5 is the scene that involves Zeke and Miss Burke. Miss Burke and Zeke have had an awkward relationship throughout the movie. He kind of took advantage of her because she was a kind teacher, and she didn't like it, but she didn't want to speak up for herself. But now that she's an alien, she can stand up for herself, she can speak out, and she spoke out to Zeke a few times in the movie, and this is the kind of final confrontation between her and Zeke, and he's a bit scared because he knows what she is, and he's just trying to get the scat, as he calls it, in order to kill her or kill all the other aliens. This was a great scene though. He's trying to get away from her. She's jumped into the car and he smashed his car into a bus. But that's not the best part about this scene. Is the scene where she goes flying and she stands up, but she's got no head, and you just see her head moving across the screen. It kind of reminds me of Mars Attacks, but the scene was just played out so well. Before the car crashes into the bus, he's trying to get his seatbelt on, so it's quite a tense moment. The music's great in this, the music's great throughout, and the score's fantastic, and that's what helps this scene. It also shows Zeke and the audience who's watching the movie that it's going to be hard to take these aliens down without the scat. And then number 4 involves Coach Willis and Mrs. Olsen turning Nurse Harper into one of the aliens, and we see Casey and Delilah in the cupboard. It's a great scene because we see from Delilah and Casey's point of view looking out from the cupboard, and then we also see from the teachers and the nurses' point of view of them turning Nurse Harper into one of the aliens. I really like the build up to this scene. It's very tense, and I like the effects. For a 1998 movie, the effects were great when he was turning Nurse Harper into one of the aliens, and when Casey and Delilah notice it, they run away, but after they get away it turns into a kind of paranoia part of the movie where the teachers are playing off the students as being these storytellers and hypochondriacs. I like how the scene finalises with Principal Drake coming around the corner in slow motion, walking with Mr. Tate, and Delilah and Casey have stopped in their tracks because they're trying to tell them what's happened, and when they turn round we see that Nurse Harper is fine, but she's obviously not all there, and she walks out with Coach Willis and Mrs. Olsen. And number 3 is the end of the movie when Casey's running through the bleachers trying to get away from Mary Beth. Throughout the movie we hear about the drug that Zeke makes. It's called scat, and he says guaranteed to jack you up, and I just like how Casey uses that line to defeat the alien. He says guaranteed to jack you up, and he stabs 3 of them in the eye of the alien. And again, for a 1998 movie, the effects were excellent. This was a practical effect this time, and Casey gets some of the alien particles inside his face, but as the alien dies, as Mary Beth dies, the aliens fall out of his face, and it kind of tells us that when the alien dies you become a human again. And then number 2 is the fight between the kids and Mr. Furlong in the science room. The whole scene was excellent. It was like a build up of the kids actually coming together to defeat the aliens. This is the start of it all. This is when they were questioning themselves to find out if these people were just talking nonsense or if the aliens were actually in fact real. I think most of us back in 1998 wanted to be Zeke. He was just a cool character, and he was one of those outsiders who didn't care about what anyone's thought of him, and in this scene in particular he was the main man. He was the one that defeated Mr. Furlong on his own almost. They all chipped in at the end of this scene and they all got together behind each other, and again the score was what made this scene perfect. And then at number 1 is the scene when the group are testing themselves with scat to find out which one of them, or if any of them, are aliens. And for those of you who are a fan of horror sci-fi, you'll know that this is a celebration to John Carpenter's The Thing. In The Thing, they test themselves in the same way they do in The Faculty to find out which one of them is an alien. I think what I like most about this scene is it was a good character building scene. It was quite a long scene, it was about 5-10 minutes long, and we got to know each character a little bit more, and how they react to being told what to do by Zeke or anyone else. I enjoyed the little fake laugh by Mary Beth at the end of the scene, because we know you're not high. And that's my top 5 scenes from The Faculty from 1998. Like I said guys, there is a lot of scenes in this movie that I absolutely love, but I would be here for hours talking about it, so I want to just cut it down to 5 scenes and all the movies that I'm going to do in the future as well. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you've seen The Faculty guys, let me know your top 5 scenes in this movie, and do you agree with any of the scenes that I've mentioned in this video? On a quick side note guys, I don't know if you noticed my t-shirt, it's Hartnett 98. For those of you who have seen The Faculty, you'll know that that's from The Faculty. Made this t-shirt myself, designed it myself, so if you're interested in it, there's a link down below to my Spreadshirt and you can purchase the t-shirt on there. Anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching, thanks a lot for subscribing, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.